Welcome, my friends, to the course of BUSI 1301 Business Principles. I'm Randy Saleh, Assistant Professor of Business, be your instructor for the semester. And this is a welcome and an orientation video. The great thing about this course on Northeast Campus is that we blend them one day a week. So you may be taking this class either on a Monday, a Tuesday, or a Wednesday. Whatever day you're taking it on, that's the only day you have to show up that week. They're no longer 2-day blends or anything like that. So we want to get the semester going strong, and instead of taking a full first class to do an orientation over the class, we're going to do it right now. Hopefully you'll watch this before the course start. It could be a fall semester, could be a spring semester, could be a summer semester. But this is how the course will be laid out. I always like to look at the why, the what, and the how. What's our motivation? What's the process? And what's the product? The why should we take this course? Well, my friends, here's the great news. BUSI 1301 is a college requirement for every business degree. It's a core requirement. So whether you're doing the Associate of Arts in Business, the Associate of Applied Science in Business, and if you want to go on to get your bachelor's in business administration, you need this course. Fantastic. Many courses we have are like that, and this is one of them. So there's the why. Excellent. And by the way, you're thinking to yourself, I'm not actually a business major. Does this course still count for my degree? Well, then probably yes, because it's a great general elective for degrees like in nursing, sociology, liberal arts, communication. We all need a business class, all right? Absolutely. We live in a business world, and it's a crazy business world, so you are in the right course. Also, the why. You know what? We are in a chaotic world, and I think we would all agree on that. Surviving in chaos. One of my favorite authors is Michael Crichton. Michael Crichton came out with chaos theory. Actually, he was a Russian mathematician who had chaos theory, but he put it into many of his books, which were made into movies. I'm sure you've all been a part of the Jurassic Park and the Jurassic World franchise. That was Michael Crichton. If you've ever seen Westworld on HBO, that's Michael Crichton. He's had many, many ones. ER, the series back in the great 1990s, and et cetera, et cetera. And what chaos theory is sometimes we think a system should be predictable. Weather, economics, education, healthcare, it should be stable over time. Well, we've seen that. That's not the case, certainly in this millennia, since we came into the year 2000, now all the way to the mid-2020s. It's just a disruptive random variable gets in the mix and blows a system apart, and it starts doing things that nobody really thought it would do. Yeah, we've seen crazy weather patterns. We've seen very strange economic, obviously health with care, with the pandemics that have risen, and COVID was not the first. We've had certainly different pandemics happening, and the way education is today, yes, chaos. How do we survive, my friends? Chaos can lead to extinction. This is very interesting. 52% of the Fortune 500 companies. So when we came to the year 2000, we had 250, probably 258 of the Fortune 500 companies. These are the top 500 corporations in the United States based on sales. They don't even exist anymore. In 20 plus years, they're gone. They're extinct. We don't even think about them. That's chaotic. Had we gone back to prior to 2000, probably since the basically 1950s and 40s, that's I think when the Fortune 500 companies came out. Those companies have been on there 50, 60 years. If we don't adapt, no adaptation leads to extinction. Anybody ever heard of Sears? Was the number one company in the Fortune 500, certainly during the 1970s, the largest retailer for centuries, basically for almost 100 years until Walmart nailed them out of the way. Kodak was a company built on disruptive technology. Every film through like year 2007, any Academy Award winning film was on Kodak cinematography. I mean, it was a huge company. Over 100 years, in the 1800s, like 1890s, it came into existence. When's the last time you thought of Kodak? When's the last time you thought of Blockbuster? I don't know, depending on your age. If you're in the Z generation, that just may be a figment of your imagination, the Blockbuster. If you're a millennial, then you certainly grew up on Blockbuster. I mean, there was one on every street. Good jobs, my friends. All of those three companies right there, if you worked for it. Even Sears, there's people who retired from Sears on the sales floor. Blockbuster managers, your assistant manager as one of your first jobs, and you also always got those free videos. We've got to change status quo. So the first thing I would say as we change the status quo, I would stop thinking of yourself as a customer of Tarrant County College. You're not a customer. Here's what happens. You may be a customer in the registration process, as well as the advising process, getting your courses, and hey, you made it this far. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work to get through it. But now think of yourself as the product. You are the product of Tarrant County College that we are sending up either to the next university or into the workforce. So let's have a mind switch, if you would, to say that, hey, you know what? I've got to up my game. I have to start thinking much differently. I just can't sit in a seat or watch a video online and think that everything's going to be great. I've really got to have some different motivation, because that's what companies are looking for, a very motivated employee. So, interesting, these institutions right here. The National Realtor Association, U.S. Chamber of Commerce, the Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturers of America, American Hospital Association, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Three of those are big healthcare. We have big business on the next two. Anything unique? Why I put that on this orientation? Those are the top 5 lobbyists, registered lobbyists in the United States Congress. These companies put in billions of dollars a year. Now, they don't just put billions into their organization. They give that to your congressperson, to your senator, to our representatives, to their aides, just to get a favorable outcome. Is there any wonder why housing is so expensive, why big business does rule the day, and why healthcare costs are extraordinarily expensive? Well, there's your reasoning right there. Yeah, I like to rip off Band-Aids as we go into the class. Here's some stuff that you're probably not hearing from a government class or a history class. This is the real world and the things that go on behind it. Interesting things. Yeah, you can't beat those. But we got to change the status quo, my friends. Got to think differently how to survive in a very chaotic world. Well, that's the why. It's why we do. It's why I love teaching the class. So, what are we going to do in this course? I like to teach very, very simply, my friends, right in here. 3 objectives that I teach with. It's relevant. You know, it's got to be relevant for you to take back to the workforce, to take back to your job and in your future. It's got to be practical. Things in the course can't be theoretical to where would I ever use this economic theory. We're going to look at some things that can start building your resume, building your job profile. And simplicity, you know. Leonardo da Vinci said, the most eloquent design is simplicity. And Steve Jobs took that as well. So relevancy, practicality, and simplicity is how I teach, just to give you an idea. We're not going to try to learn weird theories or historical facts that were interesting 50, 60, 70 years ago. What can I start doing now to make myself better? Well, big part of that is critical thinking skills. And I know you've heard that, but that's a big disconnect right now in the workplace. I serve on many advisory committees with Tarrant County College and with other industries. And, you know, first thing that we do tend to ask our employers is, how's the product coming out of the college level? And they kind of say, hey, you know what? It could be better. And it's not the college graduates' fault or your students' fault. It's what are you guys teaching? They got to be able to do things very rapidly and get things moving fast and think very critically. Again, what time, how much time do I spend on projects? Where's the best customer relations coming from? Things like that. So we're going to look at how to analyze a business environment, and hopefully through the course we'll see models for better decision that we can make throughout you and your career. Oh, the top 1%, my friends, we live in a rigged economy. Again, let's just pull band-aids off. It is not there is nothing equitable about the United States economy. The top 1% control 40+% of all the wealth. The top 10% will control 70% of all wealth in the United States. The private wealth in the United States, it's about $60 trillion, and they control basically 70% of that, the top 10%. So don't look for the government to make that any better, because obviously wealthy people pay off politicians, they pay off elections, and they get what they need. So we're going to look, how can we survive in that? What are some of those skills that we can desire? And is there any way that we can make a side hustle so we can start earning extra money in addition to the job that we have? And that's entrepreneurship right there. So the business model we create is more like a side hustle. So I've got it down to where it's more a canvas. Again, quickly you can look at a business idea and say, okay, let's flesh it out, and let's not take weeks and weeks and weeks to write a business plan, which are great. How can we do it faster? Put it on the wall and start outlining our customers, our revenue source, the marketing way, against sales and what we're doing and the why we're doing it. So 80% of all millionaires today, not billion, but millionaires, had some sort of a secondary income that they were developing in the decade of their 20s, when they were before they got to 30 years old. So why not us? Let's see if we can do the same thing. Management. Yeah, we got to work. You're going to lead either laterally, which means you don't get paid extra for that. Maybe the boss just had to, found their next gig, and you're in charge of a team for a while, or it's a self-organizing team. So how do we do that? We're going to look at good leadership. Got something called the 5 keys of success for you. How can we develop a management base, a leadership base? And of course, throughout your career, you're going to be completing projects. How can we complete high quality projects? How can we get the best out of people? It's not easy, my friends, not easy. Also look at managing our careers. What should we be doing at different stages of our lives? Oh, I hope you're excited about this course. I am. And then I wrap up the course with a little bit of personal finance. Now, I teach BUSI 1307, which is called Personal Finance, and it too is now an elective in the core requirement for all business degrees, so it transfers to all major universities. Probably the best class you could ever take, but we're going to learn a little bit of that as we finish out the course here. Kind of what cash flow planning is, much more what's an emergency fund, how to establish a healthy score, what is debt, how can we survive through it and not just be crazy underwater by the time we hit 35 years old, and investing for the future. So there's a lot of fun stuff right in there. I think it's very relevant. All right, the how. Okay, so we got the why, we got the what. Now the how. How are we going to do this? Oh, I bet some of you have been to Las Vegas. I know one or two of you have. So if we were to ask the question, what happens in Vegas? And the answer is, stays in Vegas. So think of the classroom as a little bit like Las Vegas. What we do, I teach differently. Obviously right now, you're not going to find this in a standard core academic class. We're going to do things differently. And so let's keep it in the classroom, my friends. Even though this is a hybrid, which means it's half class and half online, I'll make it very flexible for you. That's what we need, flexibility, don't we? So the great thing about this course, if you're meeting on my Monday night or my Tuesday night or my Wednesday morning, that's the only day you come to class. Nice. Those outside days, okay, or when you complete some projects and things like that. There we go. 1 day a week. We have digital certificates. I'm going to try to help you create a really good LinkedIn profile and then start adding digital certifications on there. That's going to help people come to your LinkedIn profile because it shows you definite skills that you have. So digital certificates, we have a project, and we have some exams. They're all going to be online. There's nothing that you have to turn into class. So if you miss a class, you have the online part ready to go. Nice, flexible, keeps you, your job, your family going. Hey, you know what? That's how we do it. So yeah, that's the Vegas part. All right, I need your help. That's a traditional college classroom. Let's just go to sleep right now. Your efforts do help. I mean, your participation, your attendance coming to class on the 1 day you have to. Again, if for any reason you can't, that's fine. You can always stay online, so you can always keep alive in this course. So do need your help on that. So your textbook was included in your tuition, and I'm going to show you how to get into that. So you don't have to worry about a textbook. It's there, and it's in McGraw-Hill Connect. And I'll walk you through that, and we'll go over some of that on that first day of class too. But I really need to jump into the lecture so we can get the class rolling. That's why I like doing this online. It's just part of the class, my friends. There we are. Couple things on this. Now, if you've been a student of Tarrant County College, you know that we take mandatory attendance. Some professors, generally speaking, in government or history or English or something like that, man, if you miss 4 to 5 sessions, now that's going to be a lot because we only meet once a week. So that's like missing a whole month. You're going to be dropped from their class. I do not do that. I believe it is your money, whether it be the money you pay, the money that you received from financial aid or a scholarship or a veteran's benefit, that's yours. You're in charge of that, not me. So if you miss meetings, I am not going to drop you. And many students think they'll get a free drop because they haven't come to class, and generally he's probably the person who's not going to watch this video, but just want to let you know I'm not going to drop you. I do believe that is your right and your responsibility to do. If you do miss some classes, again, you can always keep up. You can send me a quick email to say that, you know what, I've got a job coming up here that I'm going to be out for a couple of weeks, but I'll keep online, all right? What you don't want to do is miss a class and then email me and say, what did I miss? Did I miss anything important? How am I supposed to answer that? No, it was a terrible class, man. Nothing good at all happened. I could say it was the best class we've ever had, which I would. It was so exciting. Tears from all the students. They couldn't contain themselves. And they carried me on their backs out of the classroom singing my praises. That's the only, I got 2 ways to go there. Don't ask what you missed because it's all online and you can keep up. Hope that helps. Good. On we go. You know what? Since it's a hybrid class here, since we're in class for a cool lecture really quick and then you're on to do your work, you do need to spend time. I mean, there's assignments, there's studying to do. Any class you ever take, you should spend at least 5-7 hours a week on. I mean, that's the way the model's supposed to run there, preparing for the course, getting ready. Hey, I know we're addicted to ourselves and our phones here. Many people don't even use the phone. Depending on what age, if you're a Z-ster, then you don't even talk on the phone. You just scroll all day long. If the best you can do is come to class, not participate, look down, and scroll the entire time, I would tell you, go ahead and just do your best to do this online. You can get away with it, and that's fine. It's extraordinarily difficult for me, because I'm ADD, to give a lecture and everyone's down just scrolling. If I see that happening in class and the whole class is doing it, I'm going to stop class and say, see you next week, see if we can do a better job. And that's that. There we go on that. It's easier for me to say on this video than it is to look everybody in the eyes and say that. Again, by the time October, November comes, hey, we're going to finish this class fast, my friends. You're going to like the way I've got this set up. We'll be in there about 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. It's an hour and 20-minute class. I hope I don't have to take you that long. And we're in. you're caught up and you're ready to go, and hopefully a good learning experience. If something happens and you say, oh my God, someone's, mom and dad are texting me, a friend's texting, emergency comes up, please step outside, take that call. Couple of things right in here. This is just business work. And again, it takes me, if I were to do this in class, it would take me the entire time to get this done on our first day of class. And we don't get anything out of it. Children on campus, if you are a parent, if you're an aunt, an uncle, a young older brother, older sister, and you've got to have your son, daughter, aunt, niece, nephew, you know what I'm saying, and you're bringing them to class because nobody else could take care of them, hey, stay home and take care of that child. This happens much more in my night class, that you'll have and when I'm saying children, you have like some of 7, 8, 9, 10, they're out in the hallway, even if they're good kids and they're sitting on one of the benches. Police officers come by, they have to every single night and do rotations, and that child will have to say, hey, who are you with? That's a Class C misdemeanor. It's about a $600 fine. I've seen it happen. I've had to report it because I have to. Don't do it. All right. This ain't that important. Your brother, your sister, your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, your friend, this child, whatever it is, take care of them. If you just got saddled up with that responsibility over an evening. Campus carry. Please read the laws on campus carry. It's not what a lot of people think it is. Guns cannot be brandished, and they always have to be holstered, which means they cannot be in a backpack. Yeah, we've had some people. When you mess up the campus carry, it's a felony offense, and you never own a gun in your life again. At least not in the state of Texas. If you do, again, it's another felony on you, and that's about 10 grand, by the way, to get that through the court system. It's not a pleasant ordeal. And we have a child care center on campus. So anywhere, and I don't know the exact yardage, please contact the police. If you want to exercise your right, make sure you know all the rules, because anywhere within like 400 yards of the child center with a gun, unless you are a peace officer, unless you're an internal revenue agent, that is a field agent, then you have your badge with you and you carry your sidearm with you on that. Other than that get people in a lot of trouble. We've had a couple of people, because it came out very soon, I know one in particular who did get fired. It was a $10,000 case that he put his gun in his desk. He thought it was his desk because he had to go to the bathroom. He wore gym shorts one summer day. No male over 40 should wear gym shorts. He did, and there was an administrative assistant who didn't like that he carried a gun. And as soon as she saw that, she called the police. 5 police officers, or the whole crew was there, arrested him, and the chancellor said there is no appeal on this. And it was a bad situation. It was a bad situation. I don't know how you get a job after that. I think that covers campus carry. Title IX reporting. All right, Title IX is something that we have grown up with basically since the late 90s and mid 90s, and we take it very, very seriously. If any student has any type of uncomfortableness with another student, and you tell somebody on campus, we hear it, we have to report. We have a really good counseling center, and we have a really good care team that will get that report, and they will act on it very quickly. And again, sometimes we say something, but I want it to be in confidentiality. If that is the case, we now have a counseling center that is with licensed professional counselors that are just there for you. So they're not advising anymore. They're social counselors, career counselors. I mean, they're there to mitigate those type of problems. If you need any type of help, food, shelter, clothing, they have all the resources for that. They are located in the counseling office. If you need, always make a appointment. I'm happy to walk you to the office and make an appointment with you if you want things in confidentiality. But if you are to tell any employee on the campus that something you think happened over the weekend or something's really, really bad at home, we are going to report that to our care center, just so we know we take it seriously. We don't. We want you to feel safe, and Tarrant County College has always been a very safe institution. In the years of our existence, I think only once or twice there's been a real physical assault on campus, and it was because it was in a parking lot, and it was an ex getting back at their ex. So it was not a random act of violence. It's bad, but it wasn't a random act of violence. I think that clears Title IX up. Arriving late to class. All right, so on the days that we do meet, I understand you're coming from the class. You're driving into my night class and you got traffic. I understand that. Hey, and if you arrive a little bit late, that just find a seat. We're good. We're good. The problem is when people want to leave early. I will not keep you the whole time. Believe me, I won't. I don't want to. But it's a big mess unless you have to get to the airport, pick somebody up. Just let me know and just sit where you're easily at the door, because it's like a jailbreak. Once somebody leaves, everybody looks, oh, good, we're out of here. And again, you just lose control of the room. And what's the funniest, not funniest, but the ironic part is 3 minutes later, we're pretty much ending the class anyway. So let me just jump to the course syllabus real quick, and we'll go over some of this in class. Here's my information. Here is how we get the course done. Again, since it's a abbreviated course as a 12-week, we're going to jump right into it, make it as easy as possible and straightforward. These are our assignments. These are the points. We have that orientation quiz, which you can certainly finish before we even meet for class the first day. We have a LinkedIn profile. We have a couple of exams. I'm breaking this class down into 2 units. We have a business model project. We have some of the digital certificates for you from Hewlett-Packard Life, which I go into, 450 total points, and these are the grades. So here we are on the dates. Now, if this was a 12-week date in the fall, well, they would not say February and March and April, would they? They'd basically be September, October, November, December. But this is a spring course, so here we are. Whichever course or semester you're in, these are the due dates. So want to get it done fast. Orientation, LinkedIn, Unit 1 exam, our first HP certificates, and then our business model canvas due on this date. Now in the spring we have the spring break, so many of these are going to be right up to spring break and then right after spring break. And then I've got it into, from the first unit's entrepreneurship, and then we go into managing your employees, your career, and your finances. So we're going to look at management and career management, and of course some personal finances as well. So it'll be a lot of fun in the second unit. Some more professional development on HP Life, a possible bonus project, and the exam at the end. So straightforward class. Late work. All right, procrastination is never going to help you in your career. It's certainly never going to help you in college. I will accept it, but it does come at a price. So late work is always going to be penalized. Exams get a 10% penalty. I'll have them open 24 hours after the due date. And then I will have on each project, I have the late work on there. Basically, if you're late on a project, it's a 30% discount for a week. After a week, it's a 50%. So you can turn in at the end of the semester, but you only get half credit. But credit's credit, points are points, and they will help us pass the class. There's no reason to have late work. I don't put something to you in one day and say, get it to me the next day. You have several weeks to work on it, and your exam, you will have about 48 hours to get that exam done once it's open. So, then I give you 2 chances. So we're good there. Well, now we need some technology. Yes, if by chance you do not have any type of computer access, I don't know where we go from there, because you can always use any computer in the library. Okay, so there's where we go, or our computer center, and we have librarians that can help you assist in that. I do believe, and I do recommend, as a college student, you have the best technology that is possible. A really good computer, be it a Alienware. All right, I'm not a big Dell fan, but the upper level Dell, and they own Alienware. A really good Microsoft Surface laptop, and of course the coup de grace, a MacBook, or the Mac Mini at home. I'm a Mac person, love all of that. Get a good computing system. Right there's a big SanDisk. It's not even big anymore. That's about half a terabyte, 500 gigs to a terabyte. They're under $100 now. Protect your digital content, my friends. Always have this ready. Have all of your projects backed up. So in case anything does go wrong, all you have to do is just plug it into a new computer and you're good. So everything is going to be done online. Now that, again, that's about 70 for a terabyte. It's about 50 for 500 gigs. If that's too much, at least invest in a flash drive for $15. At least something that's going to give you I don't know how many gigs it'll get you, but probably get you about a 10 gig backup drive. Always back your work up. It's very sad when students have all their work and something happened and they can't get it. It happens. Back it up. Good computer access. You're going to have it. Good internet access as well. Again, when you take your tests, you're going to have that. So if your computer goes out, well, that's why you have 48 hours to get the tests done, and I give you 2 attempts, so you can always come up to class. Well, not to my class, but come up to the campus, any of our camp. Doesn't matter which one you're at. Obviously you're going to be at Northeast, but if you're somewhere else and you have that Wi-Fi readiness, it's pretty good Wi-Fi. So here we are one more time, friends, and I'm looking forward to meeting each of you in class. This is the course. This is the module page. This is your start here. There's your orientation quiz. There's lesson 1 and unit lesson 2. So right now you have access to unit lesson 1, so you can start looking at the assignments that are going to go forth, and you can actually start on those. Very easy, and as you'll see in all of my assignments, I'll have a video of exactly what you need to do. So try to help you out right there. And then there's unit 2. One more time, all assignments, exams will be done online. They will be submitted online, and the 2 exams will be taken online. So again, splendid course. This course, we will meet in the spring, either Tuesdays, and if we are on another day, we would just meet like Wednesday. But Tuesday, Thursday class, we are going to meet on Tuesday. And if it was a Monday, Wednesday class, we would just meet on the Monday. But this spring class is actually going to meet just on Tuesdays. Again, I usually have a welcome right in here, and that'll tell us our times that we're going to do. But do check the semester you're in. I will usually always send out emails, what classroom and where we're going to be. Look forward to seeing you in class. I hope this helps. This will just get out a nice orientation out of the way, and then we can start literally doing a quick hello, meet and greet, and then get into a lecture on our first day of class. Look forward to this semester.